Here are some of my favorite books that are actually based on true stories. This book takes place in the 1970s in Alabama, where the government was unknowingly and unwillingly sterilizing young black girls. Don't pick this book up unless you're prepared to shed a tear or two. A Child Called It and The Lost Boy by Dave Pelzer are both true stories about Dave Pelzer's childhood and his terrible story of child abuse by the hands of his own mother. Both of these books are so sad and guaranteed to shatter your heart. The Girl Next Door by David Ketchum tells the terrifying story of a young girl who is held captive and tortured to death by neighborhood kids, and also the woman who was in charge of looking out for her. The things that I read in this book, I will never be able to erase from my mind. Gray After Dark by Noel W. Ely follows the true story of a former Olympic athlete who, after going on a trip to a mountain lodge resort, ends up getting kidnapped by two psychopaths. This right here is the craziest survival story that I have ever read in my life. This book follows the true story of an African woman who is hijacked and kidnapped, raped, and left for dead after being nearly decapitated, and somehow she still manages to survive. This book right here was not only terrifying, but it was also super inspiring that this woman was able to survive such horrific circumstances. If You Tell is another terrifying true story about child abuse that ultimately leads to death. Solito is a true story of a 9-year-old Salvadorian boy named Javier Zamora and his journey to the United States.